Welcome and hello. So today we're just going to do a mishmash of crafts for the Christmas for the Barbies and just see where it takes us. I don't really have a whole solid plan for today, but we're going to give it a shot anyways. So the first thing I thought we would tackle is a wreath. Now I pre-made this wreath form here using pine garland ties. I think they're garland ties, I think they're called. You see I have a package right here. Well, they call it Canadian pine stems. Got this online on Amazon a couple of years ago, actually. It had 24 pieces in it. Wasn't able to find this exact one, but I was able to find one that had 20 pieces in it for about $9.99 on Amazon. And then you just find something that's a good size. This is about 3 inches, which is about equivalent of an 18-inch wreath. So if you want something a bit smaller, just find something round. Like I have this 2-inch diameter spray can. And then you just pull out one of your stems. And you're just gonna wrap it around the can, and it's just gonna give you a nicer, cleaner sort of roundness. And then what I usually do is I just kind of pull it off. You can see where it's, kind of good there. And then I just start twisting it around to hold it like so. And we're going to be adding more to it to fill it out. And then, so anyway, and then you can leave the end sticking out to be your first little branch. And then there you go. You've pretty much got a good start. Now, when you're going to be doing crafts like these, I highly recommend you get wire cutters. But I've had these forever, and you can see there's like little pieces where I've been chomping away at these stems. But yeah, so wire cutters. A lot of people, you'll see them using scissors and all, but they're not made for this. I've had these things for probably 15 years, and they've never been sharpened because they're designed to do what they do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and I'm going to measure this out at approximately, we'll start with 3 inches, and you just go, voila. These have never dulled. What I like to do is then I just take this, and much like a bread bag twist tie, you're just going to go like this, give it a nice twist, and then you're just going to, you could do this however you want. You can have them going all kind of different directions. I'm making this kind of galaxy spiral look. Now for the bigger one, I think I went 3.5 in length. So then you're just gonna do it again. And you're just gonna keep cutting and twisting. And you're gonna go all the way around. And you can spread them out or put them close together. It is literally up to you how you want your wreath to look. And how full you want it to look. So it will probably take me about 5 stems to do a nice full wreath like this. So I'm going to continue and I'll be right back. Okay, so here we have it, the finished wreath. And it only took maybe 3 or 4 minutes to create this entire thing. Looks pretty full. I'm happy with it. A little spiky maybe. If you want it fuller and rounder, you would just simply cut these a slightly bit shorter, maybe 2.5 inches, and you kind of let them stick out, and then you would alternate the direction. You would twist them this way and then twist them down this way, and you'll probably end up with a fuller, more traditional looking kind of wreath. So the next thing you want to do is you're going to want to decorate these somehow. And you can see the difference in the size between a 2-inch and a 3-inch. And the 2-inch looks a lot more full than the 3-inch. I would have to cut longer stems and kind of do another round, but I'm going to get out, you can either use hot glue, E6000, Fabri-Tac. So you know me, I'm going to get my favorite, which is Fabri-Tac, and I'm going to pick some beads out, and that's what we're going to use for ornaments on this, is we're going to decorate it with beads. Alright, so I've angled you down a bit so you can see what's going on, and as you can see, I've got my Fabri-Tac here with my handy makeshift glue holder, because we are gonna talk about how to do Christmas ornaments quick and easy using nothing but beading supplies, jewelry, beading supplies. This is what you need to look for things like ornaments, because you can get them usually cheap, you can get them in bulk, and they're really just very easy to work with. So, that being said, let's come up with a design. Now I have some of these extra large. I have some of these, they're called cracked glass beads. They catch the light and sparkle. So I'm thinking gluing these in would be good. As I'm just going to come up with a layout, I'm just going to grab various beads in various sizes and just kind of set them around to look like. And I've often found that odd number like fives seem to work a little better for me personally, just visually. And this is what we'll start with, is these 5, and then we're going to build off of what we start. I like to start with the big ones and then nestle the little ones either around them or scatter them randomly. So let me go ahead and get these glued down. Okay, and there's a couple of tips here when you're doing this. Is once again, odd numbers I think work better than even for the most part. You can see I've kind of grouped them in 3s, groups of 5. And the one thing with beads is bead holes. The beads have holes in them, and in order to create a look that's more realistic, you want to make sure the holes are kind of pointed to the sides. You don't want a hole sticking straight up at you. So you want to twist the beads so that the hole is more or less not what you're looking at. This will make it look a little more realistic. And so now we've got this cute, this could even work for Hanukkah, I suppose. Now you would just pick a silver ribbon or even just make a little hook and just hang it right off a little hook on a door or something. It was probably about 3 or 4 minutes to create the actual wreath form, and then maybe 4 or 5 minutes to like glue everything in place. And the Fabri-Tac grabbed really, really quick. So I'll set it aside to set up even more. I have something that's really cool that I'm dying to use. Years ago, I ordered, these are actually buttons, but they look like poinsettias, don't they? I thought of using these. The buttons are another way to decorate wreaths for Barbie dolls, or dolls in general. So as you can see, they have tiny holes there and there. I don't know how well that's showing up on the camera, but when you flip it around, you can't even really see those holes. So I think gluing it on our wreath would be super pretty. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start gluing these on. Okay, so as you can see, I have glued down, and I just kind of did 3 clusters of 2 and then a couple of single ones. If you want jewelry supplies, I mean, you can go to places like Michael's or whatever, but for the best bargain, I go to a site, and they're not affiliated anyway, they're not sponsoring this. This is just a place that I've gone to for years. Fire Mountain Gems. Okay? firemountaingems.com. I don't know if you could see that. And jewelry supplies. They have all jewelry supplies. So anything you see me mention here, you can find at Fire Mountain Gem for a fairly reasonable cost. But, okay, enough about that. Love Fire Mountain Gems. So let's see. If we use gold, I don't know. The gold seems to kind of get lost. I mean, it shines and sparkles, but I don't know. What do you guys think? I think it kind of gets lost a little bit in the green. Or these pearls. These big old pearls. For some reason, I'm thinking white candy canes. We've got various sizes in here. And if we do like little bubble clusters near the poinsettias, I don't know how well you can see that. But yeah, maybe that would look good. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and be right back. Okay, so here it is. As you can see, I've just done some random clusters, 3s and 2s floating around. This will work for the decor we currently have. I'm kind of holding it oddly because the glue isn't quite set yet. But you can see how it sparkles. So anyway, those are our two wreaths. Let's give you a better look. There they are side by side. This is the 2-inch and this is the 3-inch, which is equivalent to a 12-inch and an 18-inch in real life. So there you have it. So let's move on to the next craft. Why don't we do some Christmas ornaments? For the Christmas ornaments, I'm going to need something called a head pin. And what a head pin is it's exactly that. It's just a length, excuse the crinkling bag. It is just a length of wire. They come in various colors. And they have, almost like a nail, they have a head on them, only they don't have a point. They're just blunt wire, so it doesn't really hurt anything. And the reason they have this little head on them is so that you could take a bead, like this, and it just plops, and most beads will fit. Beads tend to have a standard size hole. And so there you go. Then what I like to do is, you know how most ornaments have a little finial at the top of them so that you could put a string on them or whatever? For that, I like to use something called a bead cap. Now they make them all sorts of bead caps. If you go to the site I recommended earlier called Fire Mountain Gems, you'll see that they have tons of different types and styles. But I have these on hand also from Fire Mountain Gems. And then I'm just going to drop that on there like that. Now another thing that I recommend, that if you're going to be doing stuff like this that you get, and you can get these a couple bucks at Walmart all day long, or these are jewelry pliers. But as you'll see, the tips of them are round. Okay, and that is for, so we take this, we're going to use the large end of it, and we're just going to crimp it like that, and voila, instant hook. So we will now be able to hang this little ornament on a Christmas tree, and that's it. There's no glue. You could glue the bead onto this if you wanted to prevent it, because it will shift and spin. I mean, voila, that's it. You're done. You just made a Barbie Christmas ornament. And you can use, you know, different types and colors and sizes of bead to get different looks. So let's do a pearl one. So we got a nice little pearl bead right here. So we're going to take one of our head pins. And they also come with decorative heads. So you can get these with like elaborate finial ends on them and make some really super, even Victorian looking Christmas ornaments. But I just slip the bead on there. And I have both silver and gold, but right now I'm just going to use the silver. But even as small as it is, it just slips right on, and voila. Take your jewelry pliers. Oops, having a little trouble there. And just roll it down. That might have been a little far, but that's okay. You can just unroll it a little bit. And voila, another Christmas ornament. And that is how you do quick, easy Christmas ornaments using beads. So our next craft are going to be mantle trees. Now I got these, you can see Crafter Square, got them at the Dollar Tree. I actually got these years ago before they became blended with Family Dollar, so I got mine for $1. But I guess you could get them now for $1.25. And I got the ones that had a little bit of snow on them. I thought they were cute. They're just wire and a wooden base. So for these little guys, and they bend easy, so you just kind of, you know, mush them around. You can pull or trim off any strange long pieces. And you just pick a couple that you think are a little good and well matched. You see the little mantle tree right there. These might be slightly small, but I think they work well visually on a Barbie fireplace mantle. You know, have a matched set on either side, like so. You can get them in different colors. They do come in a more olivey, sort of brownish green. Okay, guys, digging through my stash, I found more. And then here's a lighter olivey green that I found. And it's even slightly taller. That might work a little better in size. I found these white colored ones, kind of a cream actually, kind of an off-white, and these sparkle gold ones. So you can get these in all sorts of colors and sizes. Sparkle silver. And then here's more of these taller olivey green ones. So I think I'm going to swap it out and go with these olivey green ones for this go around. One other thing that I found, and I think I actually got these off Amazon. I don't remember. I'm going to have to check. But look at these. These are teeny tiny little gold star beads. I mean, look at these things. They, guess what, are the perfect size to be a tree topper. Look at that. And you can keep it as simple as this. I mean, you can stop right here with these little trees and you'd be making a good statement. Or you could get some micro beads, some seed beads as they're called, and decide how big or small you want them, and then just glue them randomly in your tree. So I'm going to go ahead and glue the stars on top because I'm about to knock them everywhere. Okay, so I've got the star glued on top, and it just looks really good. And originally I thought these beads might be a little too large, but I just took one and gently tucked it in the branches. And now that I'm looking at it, I'm thinking that these glass beads, they're not quite seed beads, they're a little bigger. They're glass E beads, and I think the E refers to the size. I actually think that works pretty good, but the more I thought about it, the more I was like, you know what, I don't think I want any ornaments on these little guys at all. So let me just take these off. I kind of like them very simple, just like this. You could take some ribbon, some 1/8 inch ribbon, and just wrap it around and tuck it in the branches if you wanted to dress them up, and then you could switch out the decor every year, just like a real mantle tree. But I kind of like them being just kind of like that. It's kind of simple, kind of rustic. 3 quick, easy Christmas crafts that shouldn't cost a whole lot of money. So the first thing we did was we created a couple of Christmas wreaths of two different sizes. We made a few little Christmas ornaments that you can see hanging off our garland here. So if you're using larger beads, you should use a larger head pin to allow you to have enough room to make a hook with it. And then we had these little trees that we just decided to put a little gold star bead on top of and use as mantle decorations. So here we have a Barbie doll for scale, so you can see what these crafts look like. Forgive the green, my floor here isn't quite large enough, so you can see the wreaths that we made today. There's an ornament hanging off of her hand, so you can get a look at how the scale for that. Our little trees are on the mantle, and so that's what we created today. And if you're interested in any of these other items, please check out our previous Christmas decoration video. So we hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye!